Hello. Welcome on back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For the longest time now, I've been wanting to do this celestial multi-chrome eye makeup look. So today I'm finally gonna make that happen, and I'm doing this in partnership with Elemis. So without further ado, if you wanna learn how I created this look right here, then keep on watching. So to begin, I'm using the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm to prep our model's skin. I start out by applying this to the cheeks, forehead, chin, and nose before I begin to really massage this into the skin. In fact, today I'm using the Pro Collagen Naked Cleansing Balm, so it's the same as the original one that you usually see me use, just without fragrance. There's no scent to it whatsoever. I've noticed some of y'all asking in the comments lately if the formula of this one is the same as the original one that I use from Elemis. So, I thought I'd use this one today to show that it works the same exact way. It's a 3-in-1 cleanser that really breaks down makeup and oils and dirt and leaves your skin feeling so clean and so fresh, but without stripping it. Do you know what I mean by that? Before I started using this product, I would just use a normal face wash and it would leave my skin feeling so dry, and it wouldn't even take off all my makeup, and I'd always hear people talking about using a cleansing balm first, but I don't know what took me so long to finally try it out. I think I felt like it may have been like a gimmick or something. I don't know. I'm a very skeptical person, but then my dermatologist recommended it, and so I finally gave in. And I've tried many different cleansing balms since before this one, but this one right here from Elemis, this is my favorite, and in my opinion, the best one. I use it religiously now, and it's definitely a must-have in my skincare routine because it really makes a huge difference. And I said earlier that it's a 3-in-1 cleanser because, it is. It softens the skin as a balm, it breaks down the makeup as an oil, and then when you add water to it, it hydrates to finish as a cleansing milk. That's what you've seen happen here. If you noticed, the balm started to turn like this white color, and that's because I had added water to it, which turns it into that cleansing milk. So I say all that to say, if you're looking for a really good quality cleansing balm, check this one out. I'll link all the information down below. It's fantastic. I'll also include the 20% discount code that the brand gave us. It's Spencer Glow. And by the way, I meant to mention it, but a little of this product goes a long way, so it'll last you a good amount of time. Okay, as you see here, I'm finishing up with the cleanse by taking a warm washcloth and wiping away that balm, and then heading over to the fresh Rose Deep Hydration Oil-Infused Serum to really plump and moisturize the skin. This is another product you've been seeing me use for a while now. I love how hydrating it is, and I love how makeup looks on top of it. I want the skin today to look luminous and glowy, so this is really gonna give us that, especially heading into the winter months. If you find your skin is looking dehydrated and kind of lifeless, this is gonna give us that hydration that keeps your skin looking dewy all day, but without breaking apart your makeup. All right, now that the skin is prepped, I'm going to use the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation and pressing this into the skin with a makeup sponge. The makeup sponge I'm using, by the way, is from a brand called SHEGLAM. I know a lot of y'all ask about it, so I'll link it down below. I pretty much use this sponge in every tutorial. I love how soft the sponge material is. I love all the different sides it has that I can use for blending, and I love the price. It's only a couple dollars, so I get a lot of them at one time, and it just works for me. And I do use the sponge damp. I just run it under some water, squeeze it out, and that's it. As for the foundation, I'm keeping it super light coverage today. Our model has incredible skin, so I want to keep the products more on the lightweight side. Once I have this applied, I'm using the Bobbi Brown BBU Pro Face Palette to contour her face with. The palette has 20-something concealers and correctors in it, and then another 20 foundation shades in it, so I'm kind of mixing a couple different shades to find the perfect contour color for her, and then placing it around the perimeter of her forehead and below the cheekbones. This is going to add back some dimension to the face, and once I blend this out after I apply the concealer, it'll all be really soft looking. For concealer, I'm using the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer in the shade Rich Ginger and using this to conceal around the eyes. Again, like the contour, I'm keeping it pretty soft today. I didn't want to go in with a real bright highlighted under eye. Of course, if
you like that bright under eye look, go for it. But that's just not the direction I'm taking today. The eye makeup is going to be so dramatic as is, with the shades I use and glitter and the top lashes and the bottom lashes. So I want to keep all the drama in the eyes and keep the skin really clean and beautiful. And you'll also see me use a bit of this concealer around the mouth and to spot conceal around the face before heading back to the sponge to blend everything together. So now that I'm finishing up with this blend, I'm going to use the one size translucent setting powder to set those products into place. I'm first starting out with a concealer around the eyes, taking an eyeshadow blending brush and lightly pressing that powder into the skin. We're not baking or going in real heavy-handed with powder today. I'm literally applying such a small amount that you can't even see the actual powder, but you'll notice it's mattifying this area and setting it into place so we don't have to worry about it moving and creasing throughout the day. And I'm being sure not to forget about running this through the brows. Once I have the brows and eyes set, I'll take a larger face brush and lightly sweep this powder onto the rest of her face to also set the foundation and contour into place. To add some color onto the cheeks, I'm using these shades from the Norvina Pro Pigment Volume 3 palette and dusting this right on. Y'all have seen me in the past use eyeshadows for blushes. I think this palette is great for this because it has those rich and bright colors in it that make for a beautiful blush on all skin tones. Next up, I'm using this Kosas brow pencil in the shade Medium Chocolate Brown to define our model's brows. She has such a great brow shape to work with, so I'm going to try not to overdo it here. I'm going to keep the front part of her brows completely free of any product and just focus this placement on the outer 2/3 of her brow, elongating the end of it to give us a little drama, but without making it too harsh. Once I finish up on this brow, I'm going to complete the other brow off camera and then start on the eye makeup by buffing on this brown eyeshadow onto the upper lid. This shadow I'm using here is a mixture of a neutral brown shadow from MAC mixed with a bronzer from Fenty, but really you can use whatever you have that works for your skin tone. This is just going to act as a backdrop for the products I use next. Once I have this smoked out, I'm using the shadow potion in the shade Snooze from Karla Cosmetics, placing a small amount of this onto the center of the lid before blending this up and outwards. This will be the base for the loose eyeshadow pigments we place on top. The first pigment is the multi-chrome eyeshadow in the shade Moonlight, also from Karla Cosmetics, and I'm placing this on the outer corner before blending this outwards. And I'm also going to place this closer to the inner corner here in a second, keeping the center of the lid as is. This is going to give us a little, dimension on the lid, which is why I kind of love this eye look. It's easy to achieve because being that it's multi-chrome colors we're using, if you're not the best at blending eyeshadows, it's okay because the tones are going to shift as you turn your head anyway. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does look nice when it is smoked out quite a bit. That's kind of what gives us that celestial vibe. And once I do have it smoked out all the way, I'm going to dip into this Pastel duochrome pigment in the shade Dolly and just pop a bit of this into the inner corner before applying the same shadows onto the lower eyelid. And in the outro shots at the end of this, you'll notice that there's a chunky glitter on her upper lid. So after I had completed the makeup and I was installing her hair, I wanted to put some glitter in her hair, and while I was at it, I thought I'd just throw some on the eyelids too. So If you see it there, that's why. But anyways, after this, I'm using this one size black eyeliner pencil and running this through her waterline and upper lash line. This look would also be really fun with a neon green or a cobalt blue in the waterline, so have fun with it. Make it your own. If you're not afraid to play around with some color, I say go for it. Once I have this applied, I'm taking the Urban Decay Perversion mascara and running this through her upper and bottom lashes. I'm going in heavy with lashes today, so I want to make sure her natural lashes are well coated with mascara so the falsies blend in seamlessly. For the top lashes, I'm using this style called Supermoon from Rokael Beauty and placing this right on. This is a dramatic lash, and once the glue dries down, it looks really beautiful on her eye shape. After this, I'm applying these bottom lashes from Tatti Lashes to give us a little extra drama today. I told you last week that I wanted something dramatic today, and I wasn't kidding. I miss doing this type of extra glam. It's fun, and listen, I'll admit, because our model is so naturally stunning without makeup, I was starting to question myself with these intense lashes, but I have a whole vision for this, and it's about balance too. We didn't overdo it with the skin today or the brows. There's going to be a nude lip color, but the hair is going to be so big and fabulous that it all kind of comes together at the end, you know? All right. I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then use the foundation shades from the Bobbi Brown palette to line her lips with. That's also why I love that Bobbi Brown palette. It literally has the best nudes for all skin tones. Not pinky or rose toned nudes, but proper neutral skin toned nudes. And because it's concealers and foundations in that palette, it's a very similar consistency to that of a cream lipstick. And then for gloss, I'm using this one here in the shade Pastel Petal from About Face and placing this right on top. I had used another one on her before this one that I didn't really like, which is why the lips are already kind of glossy, but this is definitely the perfect color I was looking for. And lastly, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to set and lock this makeup into place, which makes this the final step in how I created this celestial makeup look on our naturally beautiful model.
There we have it, kids. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also check out more of my work on my Instagram at Painted by Spencer. And until next time, I'll see you soon.